The dream thralls got through. Hold it right there, Daran. What are your intentions in town? Been sick? Strange dreams lately?
Relax, Daran. The only strange dreams we've had involve your mother.
Shit. Kai? What are you doing here? Temerti's gonna have a fit.
You know Reciting? Impressive. You know, Kai, for an Daran, your friend doesn't seem too bad.
Kai shouldn't be here. None of you should be here. Huh. You're with the Darans now?
I'm with the Envoy, and we're against the Dream Scourge.
Right. Answer the question, Daran.
Come on, Daran. They slew those dream thralls for us. I doubt he could have done that if he was sick. I, for one, thank you. We couldn't take him on our own.
Are you smoking Svef? The Darans tried raising Fior. We'll be next. Not much of a difference, if you ask me.
Daran, can you get on with it?
Fine. All right. I can't keep you out if you're not sick anyway. We just have to take precautions. Everyone in Thirdborn has lost someone. Pass on through, but report any symptoms you see to the Tira. They're responsible for keeping law and order around here.
That's the problem with the Dream Scourge. When you find symptoms, it's already too late.
We better get to clearing out these corpses.
The attack seems to be over. Everyone okay?
I think I saw my uncle out there. He left a few weeks ago on a trade caravan.
Oh, no, that don't mean nothing. Could be someone else. Don't give up hope.
I saw his face through a crack in the gate.
Oh,
It's him!
Envoy! Over here.
I want it to be him.
We can go check if you'd like.
Envoy, it's so good to see you alive and well. Peaceful. Like when we first made our way to Paradise so many years ago. We've settled in nicely and are starting to feel at home here.
Peaceful's an interesting word to use, love. The Dream Thralls are exceedingly aggressive out here.
Yes, well, the guards have been handling them just fine. I'll take it for now. How about you, Envoy? How have the Living Lands been treating you?
Well, that's what we like to hear. Isn't that right, love?
That it is. We might even have something to help you with your journey. Whoever lived here last must have left this armor behind. As beautiful as it is, Glaedwine and I have no need of it. We'd like for you to have it.
No, thank you, Envoy, for everything.
Be safe out there, friend.
Who needs fabric? We still have stock. If you need material for bandages, I have some. I'll even give you a good price. Wish I could give it out for free, but I still have to eat. Everything is going up in price. It's getting harder and harder to survive here. This plague needs to end soon. I don't know what we'll do if it doesn't. Anyway, did you need any linens? Silk? Who needs fabric? We still have stock.
If you need skate.
Godlike! Winds above! You're really here! I knew I had to find you as soon as I heard you were in Thirdborn.
Chiko? When did you get so tall? I almost didn't recognize you.
Kai! You're here too? Now I know Thirdborn is in good hands. We've got to do something about the Dream Scourge. It's worse every day. One of our neighbors wasn't himself, and we can't afford to lose anyone. We need people who will fight back. People like Kai, and my uncle Keipo.
Me? You don't know what you're saying. Believe me. But Keipo, he's the real deal. That old salt's a monster slayer.
That Leviathan hanging over the market? That was his work. Exactly! Uncle Keipo's the greatest warrior Thirdborn's ever seen. But, well, Thirdborn hasn't seen the Keipo I know in a long time. I've tried everything to convince him to get out of the house. He may be old now, but we can still use his experience. If Thirdborn could see him up on those walls, they'd all follow him. I hate to impose, but would you pay him a visit? He lives on the northeast side of town. He's tired of hearing from me. Maybe one hero to another, you know?
Ah, isn't this a surprise? Giatta, come say hello. Oh, hello there. I thought our paths might cross again.
Quilicci, there you are.
Ah, my dear Giatta. I never thought I'd see us both exiled from Fior Mesiverno. Yet here we are. As you can see, the good people of Thirdborn have welcomed us with open arms. Remarkable under the circumstances. The Dream Scourge has struck this place with violence, bloodshed, death. Not as combatants, perhaps, but as researchers. Though our work is slow, it shows promise. Now that we're under Thirdborn's protection, my animancers can get back to work. We've made a few improvements to the local fishing gear, tinkered on harpoons and the like. You might not believe it, but some of our farming equipment is back to working order. I know we can. Patience, dedication, and hope are the bedrock of animancy. Though it is difficult to farm when one is under attack, The sheer numbers of infected makes our work perilous.
Do you need any help?
We have everything under control, and your work is too important to squander on agriculture. One more thing before we're parted again. We've made a tidy profit of our labor, and the others gathered a little something for you. Don't spend it all at once. Thank you, but I know how to handle my coin. I left the Republic a wealthy man.
You never told me that.
My dear, how do you think we built Fior Mesiverno? The fortune is gone, and I don't miss it. Go on, then. Surely you have better places to be. No doubt the Daran envoy has a message to deliver, or a foreboding parcel of some kind.
He's doing well. Better than well. And to think I've been worried sick.
Need something, get over here and talk to me.
Oh, let me guess. My Nikai sent you. That kid's been muttering about sending some new hero by.
Old man Keipo. Glad to see you're still kicking around.
Kai, what rock have you been hiding under? Those scales are looking rougher since I last saw you.
Your eyesight finally going? But we didn't come here to talk about my handsome luck. That Nikai of yours still getting underfoot, I take it?
Ah, like a cannonball on a rolling deck, that kid. Damn child won't stop hovering over me. They keep trying to send so-called heroes over to cheer me up, but there's not much point these days. Back when Thirdborn was no more than a husk on the cliffside, we had real heroes. I've slain 1,000 Zorops, wrestled rock beetles, even slew the Leviathan. Oh, let me tell you. I had but a few harpoons and a single boat that morning. It had taken days to track the creature. My food and water were running out. When I found it, the beast heaved itself up from the water and crashed down onto me. And there, I thrust a harpoon deep into its belly and killed it. Oh, it took days to tow its body back on the flotsam of my boat.
Not that anyone asked, but it sounds to me like the fish killed itself.
Ah, well. Those days are long past. I'm a sick old man now. Not much I can do in Thirdborn anymore. Still, maybe Chiko was onto something when they sent you. You're the one who cleared the dream thralls at the gates, aren't you? Ah, good to know someone is looking out for Thirdborn at least. I tell you what. This old man would like to ask a boon of you. One hero to another. I promise it'll be worth your while. I want to see my heart one last time. Will you get it for me? Oh, good, good. A Leviathan heart is a rare thing. When left out in the air, it becomes as hard as Adra, and 100 times as valuable. And I had the only one in the living lands. I couldn't just leave it on my kitchen table now, could I? No, I kept it safe, hidden up in the godless ruin along the coast. But now, I'm dying. I can feel it in my bones. I don't have long, and I'd like to see my treasure one more time. Get it for me, and I'll see you get a reward. Beyond that, well, I left that old ruin with a few tricks for would-be thieves. Step carefully.
Still all brine. Wouldn't have him any other way.
Good luck, godlike.
Telling me they nearly destroyed Fior?
Yes, and they stole my research on the bombs. I have to get it back.
Let it go, Yatzli. They'll kill you.
They can certainly try.
Minowa! Thank goodness I found you. I must share this with you.
You shouldn't have.
No, this is important. Stay a moment. Let me speak. Minowa, how thy waves do break upon my haggard shore. The horizon of thy smile maketh me broad in the beam.
Honestly, Umato.
Thy seagull cry pierceth my heart. Clear the decks, that I might spirit thee away. Together we sail smoothly as the stars guideth our way.
You're so... creative.
Oh, you hesitate. Have I offended you somehow? Do you doubt my regard for you?
Well, you did compare me to a seagull.
Ah, hello, stranger. Welcome to Thirdborn. How can the Tira help? We just keep the peace in and around town.
You used to break up tavern brawls and heated quarrels. Now you're, what, supervising everyone who's guarding the walls?
We're just a bit overwhelmed right now. Apparently, some here think I'm not doing enough. I'd like to see them try. Really? Which one? One less thing for me to worry about. Thank you. Enjoy your skates. Well, off you go then. Back to killing things and leaving me alone. Let me know when you... I've heard of throwing rocks at people, but not the other way around. It'll be good to have just a little less crime around here. Enjoy skeleton hunting, friend.
You there, the one with the face. Perhaps I could entice you with riches in return for a simple favor? Hello, friend. Has anyone mentioned you look especially fungal today? Really, it's radiant. I've got a bit of a personal matter, and I'd appreciate some help. Ah, a kind and helpful soul comes to my aid. Long story short, my friend, I ordered some goods, something I'd rather stay private. Embarrassing, you know. So, I'm quite desperate for a friendly and discreet courier. My supplier has sequestered himself somewhere with my package. To find him, I'd have to follow the path. They communicate through graffiti, if you can believe it. I've not been able to find any of it, though. Maybe you'll have better luck. You think I don't know every inch of my own shop? I'd know if there was an arrow anywhere near it.
I must admit, I thought it was decorative. A statement about the illusion of choice.
Well, looks like you best be off. Be sure to get there and back quick as you can. I'll be here waiting. Don't forget your friend Daiko and his completely legal package that you said you'd pick up.
needs fabric? We still have stuff.
Subtle. Next time, they ought to go for X marks the spot.
Oh, maybe I should hire a bard. Better than off-key shanty all day. If you're going out to the Highlands, watch your back. They're dangerous. Welcome to the Dead Swordfish. I wondered when I'd see you around here. What can I do for you? Are you kidding? After what you did at the gates? Anybody who's anybody comes through my tavern. Just a matter of when. Now, did you want something, or are you just here to see me? That's an understatement. You want to hawk wares, you come to Thirdborn. Legitimate, or, well, you know. Nothing like Paradise, of course. But people here are a little more forgiving than the Adirans. Oh, no offense. You're not shy about your opinions, are you? You're practically local. Actually, I've been waiting for a few barrels of mead to come through. My supplier, Falkeen, has been sitting on it. Some Adiran oomph should change his mind. I'd be happy to reward you if you don't mind talking to him. Now, did you want something, or are you just here to see me? Another day, another drunkard. Ah, the godlike hero. You're back. Stay.
My dear envoy, just the sight of you recalls fond memories of more civilized days. Ah, noble in mission and spirit both. Truly, the Emperor chose his envoy well. I envy you to have met him. I fear he never made it down to the port. Not while I was there.
If he loves the Empire so much, perhaps he should go live there.
How I miss the sight of your strapping tall-grass pikemen on parade. I'm afraid I don't make it down the coast much anymore. Not since the loss of my men. Ugh, my maundering. Forgive me, envoy. This land takes its toll on my mind and spirit both. I am Ngunu, beleaguered captain of an incorrigibly roustabout crew. Dear Taue, Koa, Ruanga. They saw Adir with me, you know, then abandoned me here. Oh, I miss them terribly.
Nostalgia and alcohol are a dangerous mixture.
I am drunk on memory only. And perhaps some regret. I only wish I could invite my crew to my table to share one last drink and part as friends. You would do that? Venture out into the wastes to look for them? I knew the moment I saw you, you were a paragon of your people. If anyone could convince Taue, Koa, and Ruanga to share one last drink with me, it's you. Just to the northeast, living by an oasis in the Sand Sea. No fence, no walls, no roof, exposed to the world. But that's our Taue. Nothing ever troubled him that the stars couldn't fix. Deathly serious, Koa was, about every little thing. Fled to the shark's teeth with a few others when the plague came. He always had a fragile soul. She's a scholar of munitions, happier in the hold with gunpowder than out beneath the sky. I expect she's still holed up in the mine outside of town, polishing her arms. Of course, you have been more than generous with your time as it is. Oathbinder guide you in the Emperor's work, Envoy, and in all your labors to come.
A lot of crews drift apart. Not many come together again.
Fish, get your fit! The attack sounded terrible. I could hear the fight from in here. It's getting harder and harder to pretend everything's all right. That's what they say. But every day they're trying to find fresh recruits to make up for their losses. Anyway, can I get you anything? Need your energy up in this day and age.
Don't forget your friend Daiko and his complete... Welcome.
Are they? Did you? Are they dead? It had to be done.
It can make you stronger, but you never have to like it. Don't forget that.
Let's go, Nameho. We need to be with them now. They'll be all right. Eventually.
Good thing they burnt that shack down. Mushrooms growing up the walls.
Why do you spend so much on glaze, Merrick? Your pots look fine.
They're urns for ashes. They're supposed to look dignified on a shelf.
Why does it matter? They're dead. Seems like a waste of coin to me.
Yeah, I'm not taking advice from someone who makes bowls to shit in.
drop of good spice rum won't do us any harm. A drop of good...
Oh, gods. And a Daran. What is it this time?
Don't worry, darling. The official Daran envoy is here at my request.
What I want to know is why he's in the company of one of our own.
I meant to stop by, but I guess time got away from me.
I'll deal with you later. We have unfinished business. But your friend has some explaining to do. Why have you come to Thirdborn? After what your people did in Emerald Stair, I can't imagine you carry an edict of friendship with you. And that is the only good to come out of the matter. The attempt on an independent city like Fior is just...
I know you're upset, Temerti, but don't take it out on us. I'm furious too, darling. That monster stole my research, and who knows what she plans for it. But you know that if this Daran was untrustworthy, I'd kill him myself.
I apologize, Envoy. Eagle's Reach is a slaughterhouse. Dreamthralls siege our gates day and night. People are hungry, and I have not slept in days. So my temper is a powder keg, I'm afraid. I am trying not to explode. This isn't a courtesy visit, is it? I assume you're here delivering a message on behalf of Adir. Does she intend to raise our home as well?
Maybe worse. Ludwine's goons stole all my research on the Godless back in Fior, and now she's a little too interested in the Godless ruins here.
What do you mean? Andra's depths. If I could help you, I would. The fact of the matter is, I'm in over my head already. I can't even protect the ruins myself. The Archmage Ringrim has warped the very reality of Shatterscarp. Let's just say there's a magical barrier around the ruins now. No one's getting in or out without Ringgrim's say-so.
Ringgrim? As in from the Circle of Archmagi? She's here?
The very one. I feared you'd be excited. Her presence isn't a good thing, Yatzli. She flew into the Shark's Teeth a few weeks ago, and now that area is an impenetrable wasteland of ice. I heard there's an Daran who had his mind utterly broken by her. He's still lost out there as far as I know.
The Queen of Terror. She's a perfect match for a Death Guard. But why Naku Kubel specifically? The ruins have stood for centuries, and there are plenty of other places to look at dream thralls. The Circle of Archmagi don't get involved unless there's something they can gain. They're not really known for their altruism. Look at the Siege of Craghold. And that was just so that Lengrath could try and show up Consulhot.
The truth is, I'm up to my neck in catastrophes. Between the horde of dream thralls pounding on our gates and trying to keep peace with Adir, I've had to station guards on our borders to control who goes in and out, just to keep everyone safe. I never thought I'd say this, but the Archmage is the least of my concerns. So, Glaedwine wants the ruins, but even if I wanted to give them over, Reengrim controls them. And good luck getting an audience with an Archmage. Appalling is one way of describing it. I'd personally call it horrifying. In case you ever feel like an adventure, here's how to find Reengrim. Head east of here, go past the Pargrunen ruins, and when you see the ice, you're there. And Yatzli, be careful. If Quilicci lost you, he'd never forgive me.
Oh, don't worry about me, Temerti. If my spells fizzle, I can always give a good lashing with my tongue.
That's what I'm afraid of. Good luck. Good. It might convince her to keep you safe, too. One last thing. Once you had a moment to settle in with Yatzli, come back and speak with me. I need your help with something.
How exciting. We're off to see an Archmage. To gain access to an ancient godless ruin. Oh, you do spoil me. I've just the fragrance for such an occasion. I want to make sure I smell my best when she kills us. Meet me by the tavern when you're ready to head out. Make sure all your gear is up to snuff. We are meeting an Archmage, after all.
Thank goodness we have Yatzli. Our little friend group needed a bit of chaos.
Thank you for returning. I wish I could say I didn't actually need your help, but I do. Some young idiot Thirdborners decided they'd form their own militia to protect the region because of course they would. And now, predictably, they're missing. Probably got murdered for their arrogance. I hope not, though. We need every able soldier. Idiots decided they'd train themselves by taking on the Zarups out in the Deadfall Highlands. They haven't come back. Figure out what happened, report back, and I'll scrounge up some change for you.
You know what I miss? Flashberries. Listening to Yatzli's thoughts about godless ruins is one thing. Bringing her along for the rest of the trip is something else. Right. Soap is useful sometimes, but I don't pour it in my drinks. If she's read anything about the garden, it was written centuries ago. Obviously, things have changed since then. Bothered? Pedraku. It's my job to guide you as safely as possible. What you're doing isn't safe. I'll go along with whatever you decide. Just don't be disappointed when she doesn't show you what you wanted to see. Anyway. Not before I've done some reading.
The dream scourge is getting worse. First our land, then our animals. Now our people. If we don't put a stop to it, we're looking at the end of the living lands. How can anyone expect us to do both? As if the dream scourge wasn't enough of a problem, the Adherents are profiting off our misfortune. They haven't come to help us. They're here to exploit our weakness. The steel garrote are a weapon. Who do you think wields them? It's too bad. We're fighting for our lives, our souls, and our freedom. I don't know if we can win all three. You really think so? My apologies for acting cynical, but it feels as if nature, politics, and even the very gods are working against us. I don't appreciate being backed into a corner, but here I am. Despite everything that's happened, I'm so grateful to be working with Yatzli. In many ways, Quilicci has been like a second father to me. But Yatzli, she's like my dirty aunt who's up to no good. Not only can she fight, she can hold her liquor. Couldn't even tell you where it goes. While I have your attention, I've been thinking. Why is Inquisitor Glaedwine suddenly interested in godless ruins? She's a smart one, I'll give her that. We should be ready for anything. Something tells me Glaedwine isn't finished with us yet. You too.
Thirdborn. If it weren't for the Leviathan skeleton in the middle of town, I'd hardly recognize the place. 6 years ago. Feels longer now. You ever come back to a place and feel like the buildings are smaller and the colors are duller? And home just wasn't the same. Thirdborn was always this rugged oasis. Dangerous and out of the way, but bursting with vitality. It was a harbor for larger-than-life types. People like Keipo, the Leviathan Slayer, and Tama. Glory seekers, trophy hunters, warriors trying to leave their battles behind. People who built around their stories and their scars. I guess it felt like one, too. Hardtack and murk brew after a long day's patrol tasted better than any feast. Being back, it felt like we were watching Thirdborn die a slow death. Yeah, but I thought age was supposed to bring wisdom. Something to balance out the back pains and creaky knees. I think what's eating at me is that Thirdborn seems rudderless. The Dream Scourge is one threat. Conflict with Adir is another. The Living Lands is changing, and Thirdborn feels like a barnacle on a moving ship. Temerti's leading them as best she can, but towards what? What are we doing out here besides surviving? For a while, I suppose. Eventually, you need more. What about you? You were sent by your Emperor to investigate the Dream Scourge. Since then, you've died, met a secret god, and gotten swept up in tensions between your empire and our scattered settlements. Between releasing Egwolf and thwarting the Steel Garrote and Emerald Stair, you've opposed your empire's interests. Do you know what you're sailing towards, or are you drifting with the tides? That kind of clarity is rare. Thanks for talking. I hope Thirdborn is able to find its way somehow. Shake the sand out of your bedroll before you settle in.
Seeds of change, their petals sprout across the barren land. They sing to the unwanted ones, and the unwanted ones sprout in turn. The soil remembers what it once was. It will soon be whole, safe. A name given to the land, not asked for. You see why the parasites are loathed? The soil does not want these cities. It yearns for silence, for the kestrel song. But first, the sprouted ones will grow. They will bring the stillness and the bird song. The air was not meant for voices. The soil was not meant to carry buildings. We want all of them gone. We wish for life to flourish again. Pilchards growing on bushes. Life that should not be here. Death nourishes the soil. All things come from the rot. The spider devours her mate to lay her eggs. We ponder, dream of shifting sands now. We will speak again.
We've got company!
You're mine now!
Good shooting, Kai.
Invaders in the gold! Charge the blight!
Another glorious battle.
What in Remergon's 10 frosty balls are you doing here? How did you even find this place? Well, I don't smell his rum-sick flop sweat on the wind, so he can't be nearby. He must have sent you to do his dirty work. Go on then. Try to kill me. I know that's why you're here. You might not. But Ngunu? He's been trying to kill me for years. The man's obsessed. That's funny. Now tell me what he really said. A little reunion. Cute. What did Taue and Koa say to that? Well, my answer's the same either way. No. I'm sure he put on a good show for you. And shit, maybe he really is lonely. But I have no doubt he's been up in that little lighthouse of his in Thirdborn plotting our demise. So no, I won't share a drink with him, and you can tell him I said so. I don't care what Taue does, and Koa should know better than to trust him. Much as I miss our best days, Envoy. They're not my crew anymore. I knew it! Hold on. How did you find out? That's just his style. He's too much of a coward to come after me directly. Well, there's no fucking way I'm sharing a drink with him now. No, you don't know him like I do. He's done it before. Gave this Juana chief we were negotiating with something that made her shit her pants. The lady accepted his lowball offer and sprinted straight to the head. You should have seen the way she was sweating. You mean poison him instead? Yeah. Yeah, I see how that could work. He doses our drinks, you switch the cups, bam! But how do I know I can trust you? My gut tells me you'll say whatever you need to get what you want. And in the end, you'll do whatever you feel like anyway. So no, I can't trust you. This was a clever idea, but it's not gonna happen. So long, Envoy. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Fragment of the very stars. Perhaps one of the blacksmiths could make use of it.
Oh, it's you. I'm not sure what you did out in the mines, but, the prices are what they are now. Thought you'd want to know. I'll be damned. Never thought I'd see Starmetal in my lifetime. Short answer, no. Long answer, still no. But the Forge Master in Solace Keep is probably your best bet if you're looking for someone who does.
Come on, where's your sense of adventure? No one can swing a hammer like you.
If you knew how rare this stuff is, you wouldn't ask me to risk it.
All right, I said she would, you said she wouldn't. There's your bet.
Ismolt's meteoric apparatus. She's a beauty, isn't she? A traveler sold it to me ages ago. Poor bastard went up against something big out in the Highlands, limped back to town, and died a few days later. Needed the money to ship his body home. I hated to take it from him. Still, Adra inlay? brass filigree. Whew. She could use a strong hand. You interested? If the stories I hear are anything to go by, like a kick in the teeth.
Oh, that water feels good.
Don't forget your friend Daiko and his completely legal package that you said you'd pick up.
Yoo-hoo! Oh. Ah, there you are. It's rather rude of you to keep a lady waiting. I'll forgive you, though. It gave me a chance to dip into my notes about the Circle of Archmagi. One does not simply waltz into an Archmage's domain unprepared. Tell me, dearie, how much do you know about Ringrim? Oh, it's so exciting, isn't it? Hopefully we'll even get to keep all our limbs. The Circle of Archmagi are the most powerful magical beings in Eora. Whatever the reason, the fact that she's here at all is significant. Oh, Andra's titties. The Circle sent the Archmage of Terror. Oh, she's just brilliant. Well, Nakukubel is the largest of the godless ruins. It's still got its share of secrets. There must be something in there of interest to Ringrim. Probably something powerful. I knew I liked you, darling. I'll be with you every step of the way. Those Steel Garrote bastards stole all my research about the godless. They'll get to the garden first over their dead bodies. I can show you the way to Ringrim's domain, but we should travel lean. The less of us there are, the less likely she'll take notice. You'll need me to get you in the door, so who's staying behind?
I promise we'll get into the right amount of trouble.
Perfect! Oh, this is going to be fun.
I suppose if you're on a wild goose chase, there are worse places to do it. I thought I'd give it a try, see how it feels. Yatzli's got you going in all sorts of abandoned ruins. Who knows what's down there? More questions, most likely. And spiders. Nothing, I'm fine. Forget I said anything. I just want to make sure we've covered all the options before we dive headfirst into another deadly ruin. No idea. I just wish I trusted Yatzli's research. Seems like a lot of danger for not much payout. I'm sure we'll be fine. I just hope this is all worth it. Anyway. Until next time.
Yatzli, when all of this is behind us, are you going back to Fior Mesivernal?
It's hard to imagine leaving forever, especially with Quilicci still there. Well, what about you, dearie?
Even if I could go back, it wouldn't be the same. Who knows? Maybe getting banished was the best thing that's happened to me in a while.
Maybe Fior was holding you back. And you can return one day to rub all your success in their faces. For the camp of an official Adir and envoy, I was expecting a little more. A proper bed, at least. But I suppose this will do for now. As long as you have a bath, of course. When the mood is right, I find I like everything. I'm going to write Quilicci tonight. Make sure he misses me. But, as riveting as it is to complain about our accommodations, I imagine you have another topic in mind? Well, because I'm the foremost expert on the godless, of course. So I must study their artifacts when I can. Unfortunately, it's been quite some time since I've met another who focused on the godless as I do. And I imagine I'd be more knowledgeable on the subject than anyone else you could find. Technically, yes. Well, it set me on the path, at least. When I got my first grimoire as a child, I was trying out some of the fancy new spells I'd been given. I was attempting a simple illusion spell, but I must have slurred my words. The next thing I know, everything was on fire. That was my assumption as well. Barrett's balls. It's nice to know I won't have to dumb things down with you. What is childhood but for silly things? When else can you get away with arson? My father was able to pull me from the flames as my mother doused them. I burned myself badly enough to give myself some vivid dreams, but the house still stood at the end. Of course. Now I only burn those that deserve it, like mosquitoes and university administrators. The only lasting damage was my burn mark and the dreams. Usually I enjoy a bit of pain, but this was a bit too much. I wouldn't recommend it. As delightful as you are, we've much to do and less time to do it in. Shall we go? Oh, Envoy, might I steal a moment of your time? Well, it's the waiting that makes the payoff so delicious, don't you agree? Look, I lost more research than I'd like to count, but Fior and its people are safe. That's what matters. Thank you, Envoy. I don't know how you managed it, but whatever you did, you averted disaster. That being said, your ambassador is going to get an earful, and possibly a fistful, next time we're in Paradise. That's what happens when you're the breadbasket of the living lands. Sometimes things get stale. At least we were able to get everyone to safety. Though with everything happening in Thirdborn, safe might be relative. At least I know Temerti will keep an eye on them. I think she knows what'll happen if she doesn't. Oh, I didn't move to Fior until I was 20. Or somewhere around there, give or take a few years. You see, Emerald Stair has Naku Tedek. For a young and aspiring godless scholar, it was a godsend, if you'll forgive the pun. And, as a young at heart godless scholar, I've traveled outside the stair to other ruins. That's how I met Temerti. Thirdborn's close to Naku Kubel, and a girl's gotta eat sometime. Who says I did? I still go out often. I've catalogued many ruins, but there are always more. And coming home to a warm welcome is lovely. You should try it sometime, darling. Oh, part of it is my sparkling personality, of course, but a larger part of it is time. It's hard to hate someone when they drop by your lab with lunch after you've forgotten to eat again. It's so much easier to do when you're younger. Now, I enjoy eating and watching Quilicci cook far too much. My mother always said that the way to a man's heart was through his stomach. Quilicci and I got together the old-fashioned way, though. I saw a beautiful man across a smoky tavern. Then I dazzled him with my delightful personality. Then he showed me an abandoned ruin outside of town, and I was hooked. It's not a fairy tale, darling. We've been happy for the most part. Any rough patches got smoothed over well enough. I only thought about killing him once or twice. He's probably thought the same a bit more. It's hard to believe that things have changed so much recently. Any sense of safety just went poof. It makes you wonder how everything will turn out. Right. The city can be replaced, but not its residents. Thank you, Envoy. I feel a little less frazzled. I've got a lot to think on. Talk to you soon? Try not to have too much fun without me. How can I help, darling? Don't let the bedbugs bite, dearie. You think those Adirans were onto something? Or were they onto something before you ended their studies? Do you think they could have cured the Dream Scourge? Dearie, the best science has a little danger attached. I just hope we made the right decision. I suppose you're right. But we missed an opportunity to learn more. And we won't get such a chance again. I hate to see it slip through our fingers. Had you left them to their own devices, who knows what we would have gained. A cure might sound far-fetched, but what if they found treatments for the Dream Scourge? And even other ailments? But our loss, I suppose. Well, that's all I had to say. I'll let you get back to whatever you were doing. Unless there's something else you want to chat about? How can I help, darling? Tired already, Envoy? Well, I'll see you in the morning.
sand, we feel the essence seep from the ruins. Time tempers a rocky surface smoothed by a spring rain. A lion kneels, a blight before it, spells and suspicion at its back. What ruled the land alone now seeks the safety of the pride. Let the vulture feed once, and the flock will never leave. We feel the people of Thirdborn huddle together in the dark. We smell desperation, panic. Then, the seasons change. They turn to each other. A spark, a name the Akira used, now lost to time. We touch the unfamiliar surface. What do you know of this? For years, we watched the Akita share their food and tie their hands. Gifts, promises. Why do they undertake these rituals? Still, the word eludes our grasp. Perceive the ocean in a drop. Do its waves sing to you? Mystery, uncharted coastline, solitude. Is it always a prison? We wonder. New leaves breach the impenetrable clay. A bush unfurls amid the suffering and strife and blooms. Nothing should live here. How can it sprout? From what well does it spring? 4 arms build together, a fence made stronger, peace restored. We have learned much. Dream of shimmering scales as you rest.
So bad. What do I tell everyone back home?
You asked for it!
Oh, praise Andra. Help at last. My squad and I rested in the cave by the water last night, and as we were sleeping, we were ambushed by those miserable Zorips. I was so surprised, and it was so dark. I just got separated from everyone else. Look, I can't face those monsters alone, but I have to know if anyone else made it out. So, can you just go in and see what happened to everyone? Please? Oh, Temerti sent you. I suppose I'm happy to hear that she's worried about us. Oh, thank you. We made badges together before we came out here, and everyone should still have theirs. Find those, and you'll find the squad. Be sure to come back as soon as you learn anything.
Yatzli, look out! Watch your flank!
Check your right!
On to the right! Yatzli, well done. Charge it up.
Little power goes a long way.
Just a little spark. Charge it. A little power goes a long way. Just a little spark. Several against one. Nasty way to go. That was a close one.
If you ignore all the dead bodies around, it's a cute little camp. Sounds like things were already going bad, even before the attack. At least it's a beautiful place to die.
I'll wager those artifacts you found fit together somehow. Let's have a closer look at camp.
You there! Over here! At least you took care of those bastards. I'm glad I got to see some vengeance served. Don't know why you're here, stranger, but I'm grateful you are. Wait, Naoki sent you? Of course he did. He would be the one to make it out. Well, you can tell him we're all dead. Soon enough it'll be true. We arrived at the cave last night, made camp, and it all went downhill from there. Just the four of us. Manu, Kiri, Naoki, and me. Training under Captain Ruiki. Trying to keep Thirdborn safe.
Yes, because there was no fighting force better to save the city than 5 untrained civilians.
Someone had to do it. The guards are stretched thin, and with all of the dream thralls, there aren't many willing to go looking for trouble. Look, after what happened in Fior, we had to make sure it didn't happen here. The Zorubs were our first official mission. Like I said, someone had to do it. Private Naoki was on watch, but I guess he fell asleep because the scaly bastards ambushed us. It was a massacre. Most died then. The rest ran off in all different directions, screaming. Naoki must have gotten away in the chaos. The gods have a cruel sense of humor to save just him. Private Naoki is a fool and a coward. Since we left Thirdborn, he's been running his mouth. We got to hear how many Zorubs he's gonna kill and who he thinks is afflicted. The town's been talking about nothing but Fior and the Dream Scourge. I think it got to him.
It crawls into our mind as it crawls into theirs.
That's probably why he was the first one out.
because it was all suddenly real. But we didn't have it. No, Captain Ruiki was fine. We were all fine, no matter what Private Naoki thinks. If you don't believe me, check her journal. That should be enough to please you. If anything, it might finally convince that idiot Naoki. Here, take my badge. Take everyone's. Our families deserve to know we fought and died for them. I don't have long. Let me stay and enjoy the silence before Barath takes me.
Gather round!
Seeing these poor folks, I'm glad the animators and Fior stayed in their labs and just let the rangers do their jobs. Can you imagine Yvette trying to save Remy? The horror.
If it came down to survival, those two would eat each other alive. But that's how it is among the romances, especially the competitive ones. Partners become rivals, and rivals become prey.
Hello again. Have you found anything? Of course he did. Sergeant Asui never has a thought he won't say out loud. So what did he tell you? That Captain Ruiki was sick? That I was paranoid? That I was a dumb baby? I heard it all often and loudly. Wait, if you found Sergeant Asui, why is he not here with you? What happened? Wow. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. I hope for the best, of course, but... Look, I don't know what you think you know, or what he told you, but I know what I saw. The captain had been acting weird for days. She was giving orders to people who weren't there, yelling at us over nothing. Not just the captain either. Manu was jumpier than usual. Kiri seemed compelled to echo our words back to us. Even Sergeant Asui began muttering to himself. It was more than just stress. I'm not some idiot who can't tell the difference. Everyone was sick. And it was only a matter of time before it was brought home to Thirdborn. If you saw them, you'd agree with me. I think I would know if I was sick, okay? Someone had to leave and let the others know what happened. Look, you either believe me or you don't. Just give me their badges and I'll let their families know. Thank you! I'm glad you finally seen reason. And thank you for the badges. Hopefully they'll bring some comfort to their families. Oh! And thank you for believing me. I know how tough it must have been.
It's usually better to forgive. We all deserve a chance to outgrow the worst version of ourselves.
Those poor, dumb bastards. No matter what really happened, I feel sorry for them all the same.
Ah! A fellow traveler. Nothing to peddle here. Sorry, got to be on my way. Wouldn't you be? Thirdborn has the Dream Scourge. Oh, terrible state of affairs. Nothing to be done for it. I tried to tell them my vapors would protect their minds from the change, but they wouldn't listen. See here, that is a grave thing to accuse a person of. How'd you like it if I implied you were poisoning people? One man's carelessness is another's noble experiment. Risk, reward. Now, if you don't mind, I really should be off. Ingrates.